Look at that, just threw it in. Oh no! Got any spike? No! Oh, when you're doing a video, everything goes wrong, guys. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel CCUK Resin. And you probably guessed by the box, but this is going to be another axolotl creation video. And the reason why is I know there's a collab that happens on the first Saturday of every month, which is hosted by Erica over at kitshykittenstudio, I believe. So I wanted to do another axolotl. And to be fair, axolotl is the only piece that is sold in that shop so far, but I wanted to do something a bit different as always. So all I've done, I've mixed up 5 ounces of the high gloss finish resin and put it through the debubbler. And I've got some glass eyes picked out, sort of rainbow ones with a dot. And I thought they would look pretty cute in this axolotl. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put the eyes in, which is always a bit fiddly when it comes to this axolotl mold, because I don't like to get too much in there. I just like to secure the eye in. So I'm just going to put a dot of this UV resin onto the actual eye itself. And then that happens, but this should still be enough there to just secure it, and then trying to get it straight into the eye, which is not his cheek, which I've just pressed him into. And it is a bit more fiddly than with a frog, guys, so bear that in mind if you're doing this. But once it's in there, it stays pretty secure usually, if it doesn't come off my glove. So again, just gonna put it in that hole where the eye is, and hopefully there's enough resin on this eye, and there's not now. It's gone absolutely everywhere, guys. But don't panic, it's UV resin. Just get a wipe and give it a wipe and start again. So I'm just going to wipe off the excess UV resin out of the eye, and we're going to try again. This time I'm going to try and do it directly into the eye, I think. Tiny bit of the resin. Boom. There. And you only need a drop of the resin in there. And then I'm going to try and rest the eye on top. And I can see why people don't put eyes in these. It is finicky. Very, very finicky. And it would probably help if I had my tweezers, which I have. So keeping the resin in the eye socket, I'm just going to lift the eyeball up. Hopefully get it the right way. And put it in the eye socket. And then I'm going to secure it in with my flashlight. Now, I do want it pressed down a little bit more. I think I've gone for eyes that are a little bit too big. I think it's the 4mm eyes that you want, and I've got 6mm, but it should still be okay. As long as we can see it through the piece, that is the main thing, and I can see that, so hopefully that'll be all right. Just going to give it a few more seconds, then do the other eye, and then hopefully try something a little bit different with this axolotl. So again, little drop of resin into the eye. And it just needs the tiniest of drops. And I think that's where I struggle with it. I'm not the most delicate of resin artists, if you didn't already know. Look at that, just threw it in. Oh no, it's got any spike. No! Oh, when you're doing a video, everything goes wrong, guys. Oh, come on. It's literally, he's going to have an eye in his gill, which I don't want. Come on. There, got it. Literally, when you do a video, absolutely everything and anything that could go wrong goes wrong. And I've made a few of these and I've never done that before, but there we go. He almost had an eye in his gill, which would have been different, but it's not the look I'm going for. And again, perhaps there's a little bit too much resin on there because I can still see a little teardrop, and maybe he's going to cry. That'd be quite cute. An axolotl crying. But there we go. I can see both of those eyes in there. It's not perfect, but I'm sure there's enough resin in there to just keep them there. Hopefully. And that's all I'm going to do, UV resin wise. So goodbye, UV resin. Don't need you for the rest of this experiment. And then I thought I'm going to have some fun with some different colours and a different technique. Whether it works or not, I don't know. So I want to fill one of these cups, first of all, with just clear resin. That's all that is. And I've got some iridescent blue powder that I use quite a lot on this channel, which I originally got from Temu. And I'm going to pour some of this straight in there. I'm not going to measure it out. I'm just going to pour what I think will be a decent amount into there. And it gives you almost a white effect, but with a bluish sparkle. Whoa, I think that's far too much. But there we go. It'll be fine. He says. Oh, I'm hoping it'll be fine anyway. So let's give that a stir first. And again, massive shout out to any of the artists that get involved with this. It's an amazing collaboration. I think it started off because of Froggy Fridays. And then it turned into Axolotl Saturdays on the first Saturday of every month. So get involved, guys. It's good fun. And it's a good way to just play around with your resin and hopefully create something new. So you can see you've got that lovely shimmer going around that resin. So that is the first stage. And again, you want to make sure that you've mixed it thoroughly, otherwise you will get pockets of powder, which I don't want. So that is the first stage, which is just gives you that beautiful bluish shimmer. So I'm going to get a pipette now, which I'm going to try, and emphasis on try, and get in his horns. But then I've got to be pretty much ready to go for this to work, I think. And I've got 3 different octopus inks. One which I've just thrown on the floor because the lid wasn't on properly. And luckily, it's only stained one bit of my carpet. So Peacock is the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use some swimming pool. Again, make sure your lids are on before you shake, guys. And I'm going to use some Smurf, because I really like it as a blue. But before I do any of that, I just want to get some of this. And I'm going to mix it around a bit more with my pipette, because I'm not convinced it's thoroughly mixed. And I just want it in a couple of areas first before I do the rest of the experiment. And hopefully it's going to draw up into that pipette. If not, we could have a problem, and it is doing, so that's good. And I don't think it's going to take a lot. But I just want to get this directly into the gills. And it's a little bit finicky, guys, but most of us know in resin art, if you want to get something special, it usually is finicky. And I probably would have been better off doing this with UV and UVing it and thinking about it logically. But I didn't. Okay, I'm pretty confident that one's got enough in. Now the problem's going to be, because I'm going to tilt it, it's going to start coming out. And I know that's going to happen before I've even started. But hopefully that'll give us a more blended effect anyway. Because I'm going to use some of this in another way as well. But I want the majority of it to go in here, so that the gills aren't as affected as the rest of the piece. So there we go. A little bit in his head now as well, but that's okay. Now I want a little bit of it just in his, I don't know what you even call it, the bit here. I think it's a fin, I'm going to call it. So a little bit of this just in his fin. Like so. Hopefully that's just filling up that fin into the tail. Maybe a little bit more, I think. And again, it's my first time doing this, so please don't shout at me if it doesn't work. I'm still hoping we get a cool effect. And it was just something that went through my head. It's something that I haven't done before. And it might give us a cool effect. There, so that is a good layer there. Now, before I pour the rest of this in, I want to drop some inks. So I love the Smurf. I'm going to drop some Smurf. Trying to keep the design similar. Doesn't have to be the same. Swimming pool, I don't like as much, but I'm going to drop some in anyway, just to give us a bit of a contrast of colour. A couple of drops of the swimming pool. And then Peacock, which is one of my favourite blues, actually, in the octopus inks that I've seen so far. It's like a dark, rich, bluey purple. And then what I'm going to do, hopefully, this is going to work. Don't know. I think it needs a bit more Smurf. So there's plenty of ink in here, so I'm confident that something is going to happen. What? I don't know. And somebody rightly corrected me on one of my videos and said that these aren't alcohol inks, these are resin inks. So there we go. Now, I'm going to pour a trickle of this straight into that ink. Down the centre. Like so. And it is creating a cool effect already, so I'm happy with that. Some into these legs, so it can start to sort of trickle in. And I don't know, but so far it's looking pretty cool to me. Just the way that the resin's moving, like so. And I'm going to pour the rest of this in. It's almost creating a bit of a marbling effect. And I'm hoping that this is going to be like a glittery, sparkly axolotl with a slightly different effect. And now with the clear from a height, I'm just going to fill it all the way. And I'm hoping there's enough colour in there to colour it anyway. And I think we should get a really cool pattern, hopefully. And there we go, that is now pretty much as full as it's going to get. So now I'm just going to leave it to do its thing. And then tomorrow, we're going to demold. It doesn't get much simpler than that, but it was a fun little experiment. I just wanted to see what this little axolotl will come out like doing it that way. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for demold. Right, so here we go, guys. Time to demold this axolotl, and I'm loving that. It looks beautiful. So here we go. It's been a while since I demolded one of these, and they can be a pain. So I think the easiest way is to just get the tail out first, which we're going to try and do. You've got to be careful because you don't want to damage it, but you have got to pull it over the edge almost. So just going to loosen it up. And then what I'm going to do is spray some alcohol in there as well, which should help me demold the whole thing, hopefully. And where I'm really going to need that support is with these gills or flaps or whatever you want to call them, because they are an absolute pain. So first thing I'm going to do, just get the tail out. That's come out lovely. Then I'm going to just maneuver around here and around the head, giving him a little tug gently. And then we're going to try and get another squirt of alcohol in for these gills, I think. Because they are the hardest bit to demold, although that squirt of alcohol seems to have helped. Here we go. It has helped a lot. So it's actually coming out pretty easy for an axolotl, he says. Okay, last one. And it's out. Oh, I thought I'd broken one of the gills there, but I haven't. So that's good. So always remember with your axolotls, squirt a bit of alcohol in. Oh, wow. Hello. Look at this guy. The eyes worked out pretty much perfectly, actually, in the end. And he's just got that different iridescence going around and that beautiful sparkle from those different blues. I really like him. What do you think? So this little axolotl, I think, was a success. Let me know what you think. And as always, thanks to Erica over at kitshykittenstudio as well for running this Axolotl Saturday. And if you've liked this content or any of my videos, do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Absolutely stunning though. Look at that. Wow.